What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Triple H and Shawn Michaels unhappy, Charlotte Flair's return opponent, Adam Page issues a statement following his injury, Ronda Rousey says Logan Paul should beat Roman Reigns, an AEW match that's deemed too aggressive, a superstar saved Randy Orton's life, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Triple H and Shawn Michaels unhappy. At top of the news today is a story that Triple H and Shawn Michaels are unhappy about the recent Raw season premiere featuring D-Generation X's celebration. The WWE Universe witnessed D-Generation X's 25-year anniversary celebration recently during Raw's season premiere, but conspicuous by his absence was badass Billy Gunn, who is currently working in WWE's chief competition, AEW. The Road Dogg spoke about the situation on his Oh You Didn't Know podcast. It broke my heart, and I believe it broke his too. In all actuality, Hunter was not happy about it either. Shawn and X-Pac weren't either. We wanted the band and all we could get back together. China is there in spirit. That didn't happen. From what I understand, and I'm not in those inner circles anymore, and for my sanity rightfully so and thankful, I don't know the exact reason, but I was told everything we could do was done and we couldn't come together. While AEW has cooperated with WWE in the past by allowing wrestlers to appear on WWE programming via video appearances, recent events have led to a souring of the relationship, including allegations of the WWE contacting AEW wrestlers under contract and WWE's decision to air premium live events the same weekend as AEW's All Out pay-per-view. At one point it appeared Billy Gunn would make the 25-year celebration, as Road Dogg commented, "During the day prior I texted him, hey, are you going to be able to make it? Have you found out any answers yet?" He said, yes, I'm in. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. Literally before I landed at home, I found out he was not in. I texted him back and he wasn't happy either. It just didn't work, no matter what. I understand, whatever. I understand where AEW and WWE are not huge fans of each other from a business standpoint. It was a big deal and I felt like he got ripped off and it didn't live with us. I'm sorry for that. I know he is too. And in light of the current AEW-WWE rivalry, it's just unclear what's happened backstage. What do you guys make of this situation though? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE Superstar working through an injury. If you're wondering why The Miz and Dexter Lumis didn't have the match on Raw as promised, well, turns out The Miz is working through a bursa sac injury. The Miz spoke about his injury during an appearance on Eckler Edge's podcast, saying, "I just got back from Monday Night Raw. I didn't have a match, but anytime you have matches, and we have matches over the weekend, any match, your entire body is sore. My neck, my body, when I'm done, I don't feel it. Then the next day I'm like, where is this coming from? I have a bursa sac that I bursted and that just keeps blowing up. It'll go away then comes back. I messed up my shoulder a little bit. You're trying to work out and work through it and maintain your body." Now, if you're wondering what that is, a bursa sac works as a cushion and gliding surface to reduce friction between tissue of the body. For example, they can be found near tendons located near large joints such as shoulders, knees, etc. And a bursa sacs can lead to serious complications if they become infective and move to other areas. The Miz said he's still wrestling, however, and is scheduled to compete at SmackDown. Just this week I have to go to SmackDown. I'm not a SmackDown superstar, I'm a Raw superstar. There are two brands. I'm going on Friday night to do a main event doc to give them something a little more. That live crowd, you're not going to see me on TV, but that live crowd will see me. It's just that night. Now, The Miz and Lumis have moved at glacial pace, leading some fans to question whether the WWE has any idea where it's going. Do you think The Miz's injury has anything to do with the storyline's plodding pace? Next up, Adam Page issues a statement following his injury. Adam Page suffered a concussion during his recent AEW World Championship match against Jon Moxley, but the Hangman seems to be taking everything in his stride. Page tweeted to fans, "Hey, thanks everyone for being so nice. I'm doing alright and feeling good today. Had a nice panini for lunch, thanks to Paul, Medical, Mox, Brandon, BJ, etc. Insert introspective yet merciless quote about unfinished business here. There's no word on when Page will return to the ring, but we will continue following the story." Next up, Charlotte Flair's return opponent. Charlotte Flair is coming back to WWE soon, at least based on the recent hype videos for her and an advertisement for her for an upcoming SmackDown. However, who is a queen going to work with and when she returns from a kayfabe broken arm injury? While Ronda Rousey seemed like the obvious choice, there's another name being thrown out, Bayley. Former wrestler and WWE manager Dutch Mantel spoke on Smack Talk recently about Flair's next foe. I think Bayley's next angle, her next opponent going forward, will be Charlotte Flair. If they hadn't beaten the hell out of Lacey Evans like that, she would have been a great one to step up, if they ever wanted to get her over for Charlotte a little more. Now, speaking of Lacey Evans, where is wrestling's sassy Southern Belle gone? WWE spent weeks building a return as a babyface, only to turn a heel and vanish from television. Next up, MJF doesn't want to turn face. MJF, who is arguably the best heel in wrestling today, seems to be headed for a face turn. A shocking move to be sure, but one that AEW Galaxy seems eager to see. Nonetheless, Dave Meltzer noted on the Wrestling Observer Radio that MJF does not want to turn babyface. He's one of AEW's top merchandise sellers and over with the fans despite insulting them and beating down babyfaces. That's kind of a relief to hear. Next up, Logan Paul should beat Roman Reigns. At the upcoming Logan Paul vs Roman Reigns match at Crown Jewel has many people talking, including WWE superstar Ronda Rousey, who recently shared her ideas on what should happen at WWE's upcoming Saudi Super Show. Ronda played Booker during a YouTube stream saying,
"Honestly, you know what? I would have Logan Paul. If I was booking it, I would have him beat Roman Reigns."
Whoa!
I would because you got to bring, for whatever plethora of reasons, one of the biggest draws right now. And you want to be able to put him over. You want to be able to legitimize him. Roman Reigns doesn't really have anybody to feud with right now. So that would give Roman Reigns something to do. And it would actually elevate Roman Reigns to be in back and forth with Logan Paul. If I was booking it, I would have it to be like Logan Paul looks great, but Roman Reigns starts to cheat and the bloodline gets involved. And then the other brother, Jake Paul, comes out, evens the odds, and Logan Paul goes over. And I would make them even tag champs. I would take all the gold from Bloodline and give it all to the Paul brothers, and then have the Bloodlines fight to get it back to be build until Mania. Yep.
Ronda Rousey's always ready to share her opinions, but this is one booking idea that has some people glad Rousey is SmackDown Women's Champion and not part of the WWE creative team. Should Logan Paul beat Roman Reigns? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, an AEW match deemed too aggressive. Some wrestlers are known for working stiff, but a recent match between AEW's Athena and enhancement talent Jody Threat led to fans speculating whether the bout broke down into a shoot. In case you missed it, Athena wrestled Jody during an episode of AEW Dark. The match featured some stiff-looking shots from Athena, leading to some fans fuming over what they saw as Athena behaving unprofessionally. Now, it's worth noting now that there are no reports of Threat complaining about the match, and in fact, she's trying to downplay the incident. Nonetheless, the situation caused concern with AEW officials, as Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp is reporting. Those close to Athena indicated that each woman were approached by management after the match to make sure everything was okay. One source familiar with the situation believed that should have been an opportunity to lead by example as opposed to letting it devolve. Those close to Athena believed that this was the way the match was going to go because of her having to switch to a heel role due to Jody's babyface reaction. We didn't hear of any confrontation or anything of the sort between the two women after the match. Do you think that Athena was too stiff? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, a new WWE TV show coming? Looks like fans could see a new NXT TV show. Fans have watched NXT undergo significant changes over the last year, with Vince McMahon reworking it into NXT 2.0, only for Triple H to change things up when he took over WWE's creative. Now some wrestling observers are looking at a new trademark application as a sign of the latest phase for the WWE's developmental brand. Fightful has reported that the WWE recently applied for a trademark on NXT deadline, and the application indicates it's for a show about pro wrestling. If the rumors are that the WWE gives its developmental talent a certain amount of time to prove themselves are true, this could make for compelling television, as every week wrestlers perform while a deadline shows how much time they have left to improve. Although this is unlikely to happen, it could add a real hook for viewers who normally pass on watching the black and gold brand. And finally, that time a WWE superstar saved Randy Orton's life. Last but not least, wrestlers never know when they'll have to deal with an enraged fan. Recently, former WWE superstar Trevor Murdoch shared a sensational story about the time an enraged fan was ready to attack an injured Randy Orton, leading to Murdoch interviewing in the nick of time. Murdoch, who is currently the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, spoke with NBC Sports Boston about a WWE tour in Ireland where he and various superstars were winding out at a hotel bar. Murdoch revealed that the fan asked an injured Randy Orton for an autograph and Orton gave it. However, the fan became enraged when Orton wouldn't sign a second autograph, leading to security escorting the fan out of the bar. But the furious fan wasn't finished though, and Murdoch recalled how Orton was walking back to his room when the fan tried to jump him. "I was drunk, I see a boy coming, I just turn around, just punch. just smoke him right in the face. Another guy comes walking at me and he goes to start taking his jacket off, and he got that jacket around his elbows. Boy, that was my shot. Punch. What I didn't know was that this gentleman, the guy that had been bothering Randy all night, was part of an Irish wedding reception, and they were all down in the lobby. After I punched the second guy, I find myself in a half moon of probably about 25 Irishmen. They were ready to kick my ass. Maddox said his tag team partner Lance Cade was present and jumped into the fray, giving all three wrestlers time to escape to the elevator. Murdoch noted that while he and Cade were later arrested, the police served them coffee and took photos with them. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.